Oceanic Cablevision is proud to present OIA football on KVLE Channel 17. Tonight's game featuring the tough Radford Rams battling the undefeated Waipahu Marauders in an important OIA West showdown. Hope you're having a good evening, everybody. I'm Larry Beal, along with the coach Larry Price, and we could have a Wild West showdown tonight, as in the OIA West. A high-powered offense from Waipahu versus a very, very stingy Radford defense, Coach.
Well, as you hear Roseanne in the background there, let me tell you, this could be the classic confrontation between irresistible force and immovable object. Waipahu 3-0, averaging 8 touchdowns. They got 8 touchdowns in 3 games. Radford giving up 6 points a game in their last 2 outings, 2-1. Great game.
Now, if you're talking about irresistible forces, one force that we've got to talk about is Lefa Lauti, the Waipahu quarterback, because he is outstanding.
Legitimate run-and-shoot quarterback. He can throw and run. You know, he's thrown 8 touchdowns. He can really whip the ball. Has a good receiver in John Kamaka. It's really going to be interesting to see whether they try to stop him from running or passing, because he's a better runner, you see, but they're going to have their hands full.
All right. Now, if we're talking about immovable objects, actually the Radford Rams will do some moving around, as in blitzing. And for more on that story, we go down to the sidelines for a report from Skip Aquina. Skip?
Larry, the Radford Rams have historically been noted to have a great defensive ball club, and this year is no different. At this point in time, they're number 1 in the OIA West. In fact, they're number 1 in the island of Oahu, giving up only 76 yards a game and 6 points a game to the opposition. The reason for their success, of course, is the great linebacking core made of Phil Cunningham, Rodney Gray, Tony Molina, James Sunday, and Tyson Amo. Tonight, they're going to be definitely pressed to try and stop this high-powered Waipahu offense. If they can keep Waipahu under 2 touchdowns, they'll have a shot at winning this football game.
All right, thank you, Skip. We'll see if these two teams can hit some high notes tonight. We've got Waipahu and Radford, the Marauders and the Rams, coming up next.
Far away and out of touch, people I know and love so much. I to believe this ocean is far too wide for me. Thinking back to times with you, there's nothing else I'd rather do. I wish that there was some way to walk across the sea, to walk across the sea.
Oh, Mom, I was hoping you'd call.
Calling Inter-Island is so inexpensive. Now just $1.84 for 10 minutes.
Welcome back to Aloha Stadium, everybody. Just a few moments away from the kickoff between Waipahu and Radford. You can see the captains meeting now at the 50-yard line, as we have just had the toss of the coin. Waipahu in black, and check that, Waipahu in white and Radford in black. Waipahu 3-0 coming into this game. They defeated Moanalua to start the season 40-7. Then beat Aiea 43-16, and are coming off of a victory over Pearl City by the score of 40-10. So you can see offensively, they can put points on the board. Radford, on the other hand, comes in with a 2-1 record. They started the season by losing to Leilahua 9-6. Then they came back with consecutive victories over Campbell and Nanakuli. They beat the Sabres 20-7, and they defeated Nanakuli by a score of 21-0. The key, Coach, would be Radford keeping the score low. They want 2 touchdowns or less, 14 points on the board.
No question about it. When you're playing a team as explosive as Waipahu is, And they're on and up. When you get 3-0, you can't deny the fact that you feel like you are invincible. Nobody's been able to come close to beating them. 40 points a game is nothing to sneeze at. I might add that the wind is really blowing. This is going to be a factor in the kicking game, first of all. Second of all, if Lauti has to throw, it's going to be tough to throw deep in this kind of wind and be on target.
As you can see, the Marauders in white will kick off.
You can see the wind just blowing the paper on the field there.
And we are underway as Stanford Ganoza boots it away. He's taken at the 17-yard line up to the 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Charles Phillips on the return for the Radford Rams, and they'll take over 1st and 10, a 20-yard return for the Rams as they get set offensively. We take a look at Joey Gonzalez, their quarterback, and here are the receivers and backs. Gonzalez, Cunningham, and Gray, along with Ryan Cunningham and Sean Cloyce at the skill positions. Foley, Tupea, Fisher, Sunday, Sullivan, and Kern, the offensive role up front. They'll run a close set attack, and now they're in the split backs. Foley in motion. The ball goes to Rodney Gray, trying to get outside, and gang tackle at the 40-yard line for a pickup of 2.
Lance Gasper made the tackle there right on the sideline, gain of 2 yards. Good mobile defense. Here's their defensive line. You can see Waipahu, Galitas, Nuimaka, and Slade. Big fellows.
Banglos, Gaspar, Sui, Vaaya, and Fuentes, the linebackers. And Adaro Diaz, Vitale, and Benjamin, the defensive secondary for Waipahu. 2nd and 8, and the give to the second man through. That is Cunningham, slanting over the right side, taking it out past the 45-yard line for a pickup of 6. Cunningham, a big back, 6'1", 190, a senior, and he's a track star, Coach, so you know that he can run.
Yeah, this kid can run. He plays both ways, too. He's very important to the Radford offense. Slade made the tackle there. They have a good defensive team. Don't let Waipahu fool you. They're not 3-0 just because they're all offense and no defense. They're number 1 in the league against the pass defense, which is logical because they have a good passing attack.
3rd and 2 from just beyond the 45-yard line for the Radford Rams on their opening possession. And here is the give and a first down carry for Rodney Gray, exploding through the middle of the line, taken down by Leroy Diaz, but not before a first down. And I talked with Coach Velasco, Ron Velasco, in his 4th year with Radford, and he said, hey, we feel we can run the ball.
Well, they played the perfect defense that time to be run against. They had the tackles going to the inside, and they just had a natural hole there for Cunningham. You can see now they've gone to an odd man front 5 with 2 inside linebackers to try to stop that.
1st and 10 Radford on the Waipahu 46-yard line. This is Gray getting outside and trying to turn the corner, stacked up at the 40-yard line and powering his way down inside the 39, perhaps to the 38-yard line. Gary Villanueva in the defensive secondary on the stop along with Diaz, but good speed by Gray to get outside.
Well, they got him going now. They got Cunningham going inside, Gray going outside, running with a lot of authority. Both backs for Radford, and they are moving the ball. We could have a high-scoring contest here.
You saw Gary Villanueva, after making the tackle, heading off of the field. A 7-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 3 for Radford. And this is Cunningham up the middle. He'll be very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot of the ball. He needed 3, and it looks like he got close to 4 yards on the carry, so it should be a first down. And so far, strictly a ground attack for Radford, and you can understand it because they're marching on the Waipahu Marauder defense.
Well, they didn't make it any secret. They intended to run it. Nuimata and Galintas, and they're the 2 big linemen for the Marauders. Be interesting to see if they can do it. This Cunningham is a big-time back.
1st and 10, as you see Ryan Cunningham going in motion. And there is Gray sidestepping one tackler and then really getting stuck. He was hit by Shellie Benjamin, who is one of the best athletes on this Waipahu Marauder team, and he is a big hitter. A pickup of 4 as we take another look.
Watch this here. Watch Gray jump through the hole. We got a partial cartouche here by Shellie. Watch right here. Patoom. Good hit. Whenever you drive a back like Gray back on his numbers like that, you know he's been hit pretty good. Good tackle.
2nd and 6 for the Rams from the 31-yard line of Waipahu. Opening possession. And here our first pass of the game by Gonzalez. Double pumps and throws short. And that is complete to his tight end, Melvin Holy, dragged out of bounds. Holy, a 6'1", 200-pound senior. And stopped by little Leroy Diaz, and we'll tell you more about Leroy, number 40, as the night goes on.
Leroy is genuine small. Good tackler, though. He's already been in on 3 tackles, and we're just very early in the game.
Only a pickup of 1 as Diaz was able to make the stop. There's Leroy. 5'3" on a tall day. 3rd and 5 for Radford from the 30-yard line of Waipahu. Gonzalez with a hand up to Cunningham, slashing to the 25 and driven back, but another first down. And Coach, Radford really able to establish their running game early, a pickup of 7 for Cunningham.
When you see Radford come up to the line, watch the size of their line splits. You see the guard pulling from the offside. Cunningham cuts right back up inside of them. They have got the Marauder line split really a good distance. Check the line split. They must have a yard between the guard and the center and another 1.5 yards between the tackle and the guard. And the tight end is about 2 yards out. So they got him opened up.
So the natural holes exist. As Holy comes in motion, 1st and 10 from the 23. And he was wide open but could not hang on to it. I think he was thinking about running before he caught the ball, Coach. Holy at the 21-yard line.
That's a classic example. He was surprised that he was so all alone. That's that lonely feeling out there.
Well, it's real lonely now as you jog back to the huddle.
Of course, they're going into the wind here. This is a pretty stiff breeze if you've ever gone Mauka in Aloha Stadium. It is blowing pretty good here.
2nd and 10 for Radford. No score first quarter, 8:18 to go in the period. This is Cunningham in motion to the right side. And Gonzalez will roll that way and throw to Cunningham out of the backfield. And a nice open field tackle by Shellie Benjamin.
Benjamin's a football player. Good open field tackle. 9 plays already in this drive, and they're still cranking it out. Here's a replay of that. He tries to hide the ball on his back hip. Didn't really fool anybody. Threw it on the 5th step. Good. Just a real good tackle by Shellie. Cunningham is a quality back, as you can see by that graphic.
Benjamin, the senior, holds Cunningham to a gain of 1, so it's now 3rd and 9 from the Waipahu 22. Radford on the march here in the early going. Gonzalez will pass. Hanging it up. Oh, and right through the hands of Ryan Cunningham at the 10-yard line. Ryan Diaz darted in front just as the ball arrived, and that may have distracted Ryan Cunningham for just a tad.
Well, it's kind of hard to imagine a guy Leroy's size distracting anybody. He's a whole whopping 5'2", 135 pounds. But he's intercepted 3 passes, and you can see why. You might say he gets overlooked.
Coach, he's really 5'3".
He's 5'3"?
He's 5'3", 135.
All those 5'3" guys say they're 5'3". They're actually 5'2" without shoes. It's 5'3" with shoes on.
Offense, still 3rd down.
So the penalty will march them back, but they will get another opportunity here on 3rd down. The holding penalty will make it 3rd and 19 from the 32-yard line.
It's evident at this point that Radford has done their homework. They have got the Marauders scouted really well. They know where to go in the must situations.
Receivers split to the right, and that one is almost intercepted. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Was intended for Marvin Hall, who started the season at quarterback, went through his hands. That could have been picked off by the Marauders. Instead, now we'll have 4th down.
2 passes for 5 yards, 2 out of 5 for 2 yards. So Radford's not a passing team, but they're keeping them loose. A pass is effective even if it's not caught sometimes.
So on 4th and 19, Gonzalez, the quarterback, who is also the punter, will retreat in punt formation. Shellie Benjamin around his 10-yard line for Waipahu, awaiting the kick.
Oh, what a beautiful kick.
Can they cover it, though? At the 1 and out of bounds.
What a beautiful kick.
Beautiful job. A 31-yard punt by Ryan Gonzalez, or Joey Gonzalez, I should say. And Joey pins down Waipahu as they take the ball over 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. If they're going to score, they'll have to go 99 yards to do it.
Here we have our irresistible force now with 99 yards to go and an immovable object with 99 yards to cover.
Lefa Lauti, the quarterback. Reynold Cooper, the single setback. The slots, Kamaka and Colombini, with Agbayani and Petty, the split ends. Rico, Capine, Alameda, Tanuvasa, and Rosa, the offensive line, and nothing doing on first down as they try to run the ball and get completely stuffed. Cooper, the ball carrier. Rodney Gray leading the charge.
And Nathan Sullivan also put his head in there. This is a hard-nosed Radford defense. We weren't kidding when we told you they were an immovable force. Giving up 6 points a game. That's really a good defense, no matter which way you look at it.
Fisher, Barrientos, Sullivan, and Cole up front as Lefa Lauti will throw from his own end zone on second down. Juggled at the 10-yard line and incomplete.
Jonathan Bush right there to break it up. Or Jomar Bush, excuse me, there to break it up. But there you see his mobility. He came out of there. He was caught. They had him pinned back there in the end zone, and he just scrambled and got the pass off. Good throw, good athlete.
Brennan Kamaka was the intended receiver. As you look at Cunningham, Sunday, Amo, and Molina, the Radford linebackers, with Phillips, Bush, and Sanchez in the secondary, they will play a 4-4-3, which is a little bit unusual playing against a passing team. And Waipahu is that in the run-and-shoot offense with the double slots on 3rd and 9. And this is Lauti running over people to the 10, close to the first down, still on his feet out to the 15-yard line. Talk about strength and determination, Coach.
Yep, 10-yard carry, right, or 12-yard carry right there, all by himself.
And he appeared to be stopped 2 or 3 times.
That is the problem with the defense that they had up there. They had a 3-man front. You see, he just picks it apart. That 3 men on the line. Look at the strength in his legs.
And Robert Fisher was getting a piggyback ride there, number 54 for Radford. Tony Molina also in on the stop, but a first down out to the 15-yard line for Lauti, who wants to go deep and hangs it up. And this ball is incomplete, basically a jump ball at the 43-yard line.
Well, the die is cast here. You can see now that it's going to be Lauti that they have to contend with. They're gonna have to bottle him up, and they haven't stunted yet. They're just playing him straight right now to see what they can do with him like he is.
Jamar Bush and Daniel Mosier on the coverage for Radford. As you take a look at the passing statistics on Lauti for the season, they don't throw much, but he's got 8 touchdowns already and only 30 attempts, which is tremendous. 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line, and this is Lauti looking deep down the right side, a man wide open at the 45-yard line, out to the 50 and into Radford territory. The ball caught by John Kamaka Jr. We told you about him in the open, and he has the ability to break away from people. He was all alone on that reception.
Joey Sanchez, their 40-yard pass. Cunningham also in on the tackle. He's a two-way performer. We have a flag down there on the field. I don't know if that fell down by accident or there was malice aforethought. Here's a replay of that pass. John Kamaka, of course, 4.7 speed. The penalty against Waipahu, all for naught, like they say in the business.
Well, the penalty marker was thrown at the completion of the play, so it might have been a late block.
Dead ball foul, probably.
Illegal use of the hands, wait after the reception, first down.
So it was a block afterwards. So the way the penalty is marked off, they will give them the reception and then mark it off from the spot of the infraction. So you do see the ball move out to the 44-yard line, and it is a first down, 1st and 10. From the double slot. Slade in motion from right to left. And the give on a draw to Cooper. Big hole at the 50-yard line. Sidesteps to the 45. Down the sideline. It's a foot race to 30. A flag down. And at the 20-yard line, he's finally taken down. But this may come back also. A flag back at the 40-yard line as Cooper explodes down the sideline.
Impressive effort by James Sunday, running down from behind, along with Rodney Gray.
But you saw the infraction flipping against Waipahu, so consecutive penalties really hurting their effort here.
We saw a little bit about that, a 36-yard one. Watch it here. A real good lead draw. He just comes right through there. good blocking, a missed tackle. Cooper is on his way, and can he run? Look at number 55 after him. Boy, I tell you, James Sunday, good job. Well, now you can see what's happening here. They got him going. Lauti has got him chasing Lauti, and he's handing the ball off to Cooper and scrambling himself, so they're going to have to be a little more accurate up front.
Again, the penalty from the spot of the foul here, so this will be 1st and 8 as Lauti drops back to pass and throws short over the middle and incomplete.
Right now, he has way too much time to throw the ball. They have not stunted like they want to, and he's got a lot of time to throw the ball. You can see Velasco and his coaching staff trying to get the people to put a better rush. And against Lauti, it's got to come from the outside, because if you don't, he gets around you, and it's all over but the shout, and he can really move.
It was intended that the last pass for Dane Agbayani over the middle, and it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line. No score first quarter, Waipahu and Radford. The give on a counter play. This is Slade at the 50, the 45, and dragged down after picking up the first down. As Waipahu keeps the march alive.
Tony Molina made a tackle there, heads-up ball, because all of the action was away. Here's you can see a replay of this. All the action was going one way. An inside handoff with a little trap action there. Good job defensively.
1st and 10, Waipahu on the move here in Radford territory. As Kamaka goes in motion, and Lauti's looking for him again. Again, he's wide open. The 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. It worked once, coach, and it worked twice.
Might as well work again. We had a 44-yard pass there. Jonathan Kamaka, 4.7 speed, got 5 receptions for 151 yards and 3 TDs, averaging 30 yards a catch. This one was 44.
Same play that they used earlier in the drive. He was wide open the first time and the second time, and a trick play as Lauti throws for 2, incomplete.
Of course, Lauti is the one that's holding the ball here, so there's no telling what they're going to do. Defensively there, Dean Petty was the intended receiver.
Trying to work a little razzle-dazzle in the early going, and Radford was ready for it. So 6-0 to score. Waipahu goes 99 yards to get on the board here. 4:25 left in the first period. We'll come right back.
Hawaii, Cable 17, Oceanic Cable.
It's Nissan Mania month again at Avis Car Sales. Choose from hundreds of low-mileage 1989 Nissan Sentras, all with automatic transmission, all with air conditioning, all with power steering, with selected models starting as low as $49.99. Take advantage of this amazing deal during Nissan Mania month at Avis Car Sales. Yes, selected 1989 Nissan Sentras are yours for as low as $49.99. Avis Car Sales, an employee-owned company just off Lagoon Drive. Avis, driven for dependability. Saturday on Oceanic Cable, Vanessa Redgrave stars in a steamy tale of forbidden love. A lonely shopkeeper hires a young drifter while her husband is hospitalized, and a deadly scandal ensues in Orpheus Descending, a TNT World Premiere movie, Saturday night at 10 on TNT, Oceanic Cable, Channel 29.
Oh, yeah, that was a 10-play, 99-yard drive with 2 40-yard passes to Jonathan Kamaka. A well-coached team.
As you take a look at Sam Delos Reyes, Sam, a familiar face to not only football fans, but basketball fans. Usually you won't see him in the blue shirt. You'll see him in the Zebras outfit, because he is one of Hawaii's best basketball officials. As Waipahu kicks off, it is high but short, and it is taken at the 18-yard line up to the 30 and the 35, and flags fly everywhere on the return. Ricardo Williams returning it for the Rams, but we've got to wait and see what this laundry is all about.
Tonight's telecast of OIA football is sponsored in part by Moss Burger, the most delicious new burger in town. And GTE Hawaiian Tel, our quality inter-island long-distance service, lets you walk across the sea.
Holding against Radford.
Oh. 10 plays there, you see it, 99 yard. Took him only 2 minutes, 44 seconds. Touchdown on a 40-yard pass to Kamaka from Lauti. Very familiar when you play Waipahu.
Receiving team on the run back. First down.
And I'll tell you, when you go 99 yards on the opening drive, that has got to give you confidence offensively.
Yeah, I think it's a well-coached football team. You can see it.
Joey Gonzalez, a good look at Joey there, number 7. A very talented baseball player. Football was an afterthought for him as you see Holy go in motion. The handoff. This is Gray trying to get to the outside, cutting back and getting drilled. And the loose ball after he was down, so I don't believe there was a true fumble on the play. And we may have an injury as well for Waipahu.
Galitas again in on the tackle. And we have somebody down there. Can't see his number. Here's a replay of that action. You can see Gray jump to the outside here because the hole that he intended to run is stuffed. Just a simple handoff, missed block there. Gets away from one tackler. Gets brought down good.
Looks like the injured player is Va'ai Niomata.
He's an important man in their scheme of things. Big fella, 6 foot, 190 pounds, a senior, one of the leaders of that team. Well, that's an unusual thing there. See the umpire reach around and give him a little tap on the butt there. I remember officials being that friendly.
Well, they never went over to the coach's box, did they, and give you a friendly little tap?
No, when I was playing, I never seen them give anybody. This is a real friendly bunch of people we got out here.
Pickup of 3 on the last play as Niomata gets off the field under his own power. 2nd and 7 for Radford from the 27, and they stay on the ground again, and this is Gray bursting out to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8.
And Leroy Diaz, little 5'3", 135-pound senior right there. Ranked 6th in OIA West in total rushing, which is not bad in this league. Got a lot of teams that can run with the ball.
He has breakaway speed as you take a look at Gonzalez coming up to the line of scrimmage. He replaced Marvin Hall at quarterback. He was actually recruited by Coach Velasco from the baseball team. Said, hey, this guy's a pretty good pitcher. I wonder how he do with a football in his hand. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. And this is Cunningham trying to get outside, and he is in trouble. Back at the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 35. Just does get back to the line of scrimmage, showing you his speed there as Siafono Sui Va'aya makes the stop along with Shellie Benjamin. Benjamin is all over the field.
Watch the guard and the tackle coming from the backside. They had a real wide split there. The tackle gets knocked off. That leaves too many people to block with nobody out there to help him. But he put on some speed. Gray now has 6 carries for 31 yards, a 5.2 average. So Gray is earning his money tonight.
Loss of 1 on the last play on 2nd and 11. The give up the middle. And that is Ronald Gray again, or Rodney Gray, I should say, for a pickup of 4. Rodney got poked in the eye in last week's game with Nanakuli, and I'm not sure if we can get a shot through the helmet, but he said he was going to wear goggles for this game.
Well, I think you'll see the day when all football players and basketball players will be wearing goggles.
The Eric Dickerson look, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look. 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line of Radford. They trail 6-0 against Waipahu with 2:15 to play in the first quarter. They stay on the ground again with Gray running off left tackle.
Interesting confrontation here. They go in a 5-2 defense on Waipahu, settled on 5 down linemen and 2 inside linebackers. Radford is sticking with their wide line splits. You'll see them come up and hold their hands up so that they're arm's length from each other, creating natural holes for their running backs. K.E. Fuku Radiator, keeping your radiator cool all year long, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Visit either of their locations in Kahie and Waipahu.
And Rodney Gray there on the sideline as it's 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line. And remember, Gonzalez is the quarterback. High snap.
Oh, wow,
great
what a catch.
Just to spear the ball and gets a terrific bounce.
Oh, my goodness. What an effort.
Great play. 2nd spectacular punt by Gonzalez.